All right. Welcome to the Autocross Recap. This is the Porsche Club of America runs in many of their clubs across the country runs an autocross program. And this program is run by the Riverside region, the club that I'm a member of. And what we do is we get together at this currently we get together at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. Now, we're not sure that Auto Club Speedway will be available at all next year. They have started their track redesign construction, and we may not have a location next year. We would have to find a new location. So if you know of a location with 700,000 square feet of tarmac, let me know. Okay. But autocross is a motorsports event where we are not on a racetrack. We're challenged against our own times on a course laid out with cones. And what I want to do is just give you a quick video so you can actually see a little bit of an autocross course in action. And the corner worker positions, you'll notice probably some people in the video that I'll share with you. You'll notice some folks out there on course. And the real primary jobs, two primary jobs. One is just to monitor those cars in the event that they hit a cone, because if they hit a cone, that is a point against them. And the corner worker's job at that point is to radio in. Each corner worker will have a radio, and they radio into timing, and they say car number 12, one cone. Okay. If the car goes off course, doesn't actually complete one of the obstacles properly, car number 12, DNF, did not finish. All right. If a car, Roman is entering, if a car, for example, or a driver is doing something unsafe, for example, we had someone who was completely inexperienced last time who actually almost started going in the wrong direction on course. So all corner workers were instructed to put up the red flags and stop all cars. And we usually have 3 cars on course at any given time. Mm-hmm. And we stop all cars, we get that car back off the track, and everybody gets to rerun their lap. And we get that driver who clearly still needs instruction, we get that driver an instruction, and they don't get to go out until they have an instructor in the car again. So that's a brief overview. The other piece, it's not as fun, and that's why you got to be healthy, you got to be dressed right, and you got to be hydrated. It's that when cars do hit cones and you call in car number 27, 3 cones, well, that means that there's 3 cones that need to be stood back up and placed in the right spot and back on course, so the course is in position for the next car. Okay. So everybody, those on here, welcome, Roman. Can you see my screen share with the nice Malibu?
I can see you.
Okay. Can you see the video that I'm going to share? Hold on. Let me hit, maybe because I got to reshare it. Here we go. There we go. Did that come through now?
Yeah, the one with the Chevy Nova on it.
Yeah, there we go. I thought that was a Malibu, but you're right. Okay, here we go. So this is just a good a view from Auto Club Speedway in parking lot 6. This is an example of an autocross program exactly like we run on Sunday. So you can see here all the cones. It is a sea of cones, and you saw right back here on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a corner worker out there staying a safe distance away from any corners on the inside, never on a side of a corner that they might be having traffic towards. You saw another corner worker back there just a moment ago, right there. You'll see the corner workers out there really just monitoring those participants for hitting any cones and watching for safety, right? So as they go, they will use, in many cases, we'll use a lot of the parking lot. We really use a lot of the parking lot. But right here, you see corner worker is tucked in deep in this corner on the inside so as not to be in a position where that vehicle could be out of control coming into that area. It'd be, we put the corner workers in a position where they are in a safe place. We actually do like to have the corner workers closer, if we can, to light stanchions, places where you can actually have the actual light stanchion as even a little sliver of shade. But this is just a continuation to give you an idea. This is lot 6 at Cal Speedway. Hey, there, see how now that guy just ate a cone, right?
Mhm.
So if you see the cone, that is car number 47, one cone. And if the cone is in the middle of the course, you're throwing up a yellow flag and slowing everybody down, because you do have to get that cone, and you want to make sure that all the cars are slowing down, and you're calling on the radio, caution, caution, slow them down. And then you don't get that cone unless you know that everybody is slowed down, everybody knows there's a caution, and then you're out there getting that 1 or 2 cones. Every now and then you'll have somebody get crazy, like, somebody in a Corvette with a blower that stepped on it a little too aggressive and takes out 5 cones. You're gonna have to reset that corner, and you'll need to have the course slowed down. All the 2 or 3 people on course will have to get a rerun. Now, the Corvette that hit the cone, they are still going to finish. You're going to let them go because they're away from you. You're not in danger resetting that cone because that car is now going away from you, and they'll finish with 1 cone as a penalty. Everybody with me?
Mhm.
Okay. So let's see. So cone down, right? That happens. And then here is an example of the start line, right? So here's an example of the start line. I will have people that will manage the start line. If we have any corner worker team members that have any issues with the heat on Sunday, one of the things that we can do is bring them in, give them a break, put them in front of a misting machine. We can put them on the start line and let them run the start line, and maybe we'll swap out with someone who can manage the corner. But the start line is generally something where I'll rotate some club member volunteers to get them going off the start. Okay. Yeah, so there we go. This again, that's the autocross course, and you can see everybody out there, the basic example. All right. Any questions on that initial showing? Because then I'm going to show you a map of one of our typical courses.
What's the gapping between the cars?
Oh, they're going to run. We'll send them, gosh, 5, 6, 7 seconds, 10 seconds more, maybe more. It really depends on how fast the car ahead is. So we get to know the group, and we already know some of the people that come to the autocross are very quick. So we'll let a slower driver go out fairly quick behind a faster driver, and exactly the opposite when we have someone who is slow and new, and we've got an advanced driver. We'll hold them for quite a while. We generally will not have more than 4 on a course at a time, depending on the length of the course. Okay. So we will choose the gap based on how quickly people are running the course. We might start the day in the morning running no more than 3. And then we realize we have a long enough course, everything's been safe, we can put 4 on course. We'll have to decide that once we go.
So every cone that is hit has to be replaced before the next car comes?
Yeah, that's the thing is sometimes the cone is not really in a position where they're going to hit it again. It's not a big deal. It might be easy to just pop it back up, no big deal, and you'll have plenty of time to set it up. Other times it's thrown right in the middle of the course, and you're going to want to slow them down, give them a rerun, because in the morning we're not going to care a bunch about cones and about the details, because we give at our event, we give them 5 practice runs in the morning. So we don't get cone crazy until really the afternoon, where by that time they've run the course 5 times and they're not hitting as many cones. So we won't have a big push for that in the morning, but we'll get cone crazy in the afternoon.
How many courses do we have there, Craig?
Only one course, and
Okay.
here's an example, right? So we have a course designer. So you see this course picture here? Can you see the pink grid?
Right.
Okay. So the course itself is in lot 6, is as outlined in pink. Okay. And the pink circles are light stanchions. They're light stanchions where the course is going to maneuver around these various areas. Where you see that it says grid and tech, this is where the actual start line is. You can see in this green line up at the top, and it rolls down to the red line down at the bottom, right? So it comes out pretty tight, and then the cars get back into the grid and the paddock.
Right.
So we will not know exactly what Nick is planning until Saturday afternoon.
And we are at the Fontana Speedway
Yes.
where they do the NASCAR stuff.
Yes. And
Okay.
lot 6. So if you would, while we're here, I don't know if I have a lot 6. Look at me. Come on. Let's see if I've got it. Nope.
And then what is the time that we need to be there?
Let's see. Hold on just a sec. Sorry. I'm trying to get this thing up. Okay. The time. So we start running by 9 o'clock. We really want to have corner workers there by 8:15 to 8:30 so that you are ready to get out on course. You're ready to see what's, everything looks like. And if we can go early, we'd like to go early so we can be done early. So if you want to be there at 8:15 or a little earlier, that doesn't leave a huge amount of wait time, but it does get everybody in position so that we're ready.
And then what's the estimated time that we'd be finished?
No later than 4:30, probably earlier. We're going to leave, if we can get done by 2:30, 3 o'clock, we'd like to be done.
Okay.
It's going to be a warm day. The one thing that the corner workers do as a final piece of the whole day is, and I'm going to share one more screen so you can I want you to see the visual of where we are. Now, those watching this in the future, the world may change and we might not have lot 6 in Fontana anymore. You can see that big old parking lot picture, right? Okay. So you see where this red arrow is. Sometimes the toilets are there. We'll put porta potties there. But do you see all the skid marks and lines in here? That's autocross courses that have been set up many, many times. But you want to find lot 6, pay attention to what is to the east of this road. That is the go-kart track.
Okay.
So folks will always, many people will go to the go-kart track or they'll drive right past and they will not remember that I said, we are directly due west of the go-kart track. Okay, so you just find your way in. You can basically look at lot 6 from the go-kart track and vice versa.
All right.
Okay. And we'll have the course laid out and set on Saturday afternoon. We don't know what Nick will ultimately set up. Okay. But now I'm going to share this screen again, just so you've got a visual of kind of, the idea is there are a lot of cones, but one of the things that's important to remember is that we do put chalk or drywall chalk around as many cones as we possibly can. We send all the drivers out on Sunday morning to walk the course with instructors, and we give all of them drywall chalk. Basically, we give them a nice piece of drywall chalk, and we have them mark around those cones. We also will have flour laid out if you look here, on some of these slalom areas, right? Like this, where we'll actually have flour laid out to guide novice drivers through what I call the matrix, because this sea of cones it's hard to read it at first. So we'll actually put flour on a lot of these corners. Like in this area, for example, we might have flour. We might have some flour in here just to help drivers so that they know where they're going. Okay. So that, that's again, just some of the ideas, but at the very end of the day, that's what I was going to say. Sorry. At the very end of the day, the corner worker team helps us with one huge deal at the very end, which is following 1 or 2 pickup trucks through the course and stacking cones in the back of the truck.
Okay.
It works so much better when everybody just tag teams, and then the course is clear and they do not have to stay to put them in the truck, in the trailer.
Okay.
It's just a mass attack on the cones out on course. They all come back, high five, everybody's out of there. Okay. Because so that's the final thing at the end of the day. And sometimes, just so you know, if you're interested, sometimes depending on when we finish, we take a pause and the event is officially over, and people can get some ride-alongs with people like me and Mark and other people. We'll do some ride-alongs and go for a drive. Okay. We'll make sure to get you in a car because it's a heck of a ride.
Okay.
Okay. So some final thoughts for.
Now,
go ahead.
Other questions?
Yep.
Do we bring our own lunch? Is there lunch provided?
No lunch for you, Kevin, but everybody else gets a lunch.
That's right. I'm on a diet anyway.
Gotcha. Actually, we have a really nice relationship with Gandolfino's sandwich shop, and they will provide sandwiches. So they make us the same basic order, which is a collection of turkey and roast beef, etc. Nice sandwiches. We will provide a lot of bottled water, but if you want, really bring your own large scale water. That is probably the best advice I can give. This event is the second hottest event that we will have had this year. It's supposed to be cooler on Sunday, but it's still going to be 90 plus degrees, I would imagine. And out on the tarmac, if you're not wearing the right hat, and seriously consider long sleeve, like sun shirt protection, and major amounts of water. Now, I'm going to say the embarrassing part out loud. If you're not peeing on a regular basis, you are not drinking enough water. And I had to get on some people at the last event, and they thought I was, being silly. And then one of them started to sunstroke. Like, you got to be drinking a ton of water. So I will provide 2 huge coolers full of water. But one of my directions to everybody is bring your own water just in case.
Okay.
Go ahead. Any more questions?
Just thinking outside to the box here. So say some people are fatigued from standing. Can they bring their own chair and sit from time to time?
You definitely can. What we got to be really careful with, okay, is that when the course is going hot, that you have to be on your yellow flag, and your red flag has to be within reach, and you've got to be head on a swivel paying attention. If people need to take a break and they need to sit, that's fine. But as soon as somebody is sitting there and totally missing cars in their vicinity, that isn't working.
Right. Okay.
And that's for personal protection and protection of everybody else. Okay. We've never had a car get close to a corner worker. Never. We don't have that because we put the corner workers in the right place. But if someone is out there and not being honest about sun fatigue, then there's a risk. So I think if everybody just hears those really important basic things like major hydration, good sunscreen, good hat, like wide brim, total wide brim hat. You'll see me out there all day with a long sleeve fishing shirt on. Because people think it's hot, but you're controlling your dehydration. So keep that in mind. And then for sure, we're going to get you in cars. I want you to go for a ride. Because
Great.
if you've never tried autocross before, it's absolutely a blast. Because we'll put you in some fast cars.
All right, very
Oh,
good.
one more thing, Kevin. At lunchtime, I would like you to be prepared for an on-mic introduction to the Sea Cadets and who's here helping us, etc. Probably even
Okay.
in the morning when I do the driver meeting.
Okay.
I'll make sure that everybody is aware of who's there helping us,
Mhm.
and also that Kathy is not allowed to yell at you.
All right.
Yeah. So Kathy's one of our regulars, and she'll know exactly what I mean. This the last person she yelled at totally deserved it. Any questions, Roman, Ian, anything?
Are shorts okay?
Shorts are totally fine. Absolutely. Just lots of sunscreen. That's all. And just keep that in mind. Shorts are fine. Closed-toed shoes, no open-toed shoes. You should be in running shoes so that because you're going to be moving a lot. And it is a hard day. We get it. I don't want anybody to, again, collapse out on course. So if we have to relieve you and you come to the start line or you do something where you need a break, you have to tell us, because I just don't want you to be, I don't want you to have that kind of an issue or feel like you can't say that. We have bathrooms on site. We have misting stations on site, places to have shade. We'll likely have an RV with air conditioning on. So we have everything we need to make sure that you're okay. You just have to let us know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, any questions, Roman?
No, that just answered my question. I was just curious if we were going to be in Sea Cadet uniforms or not, and so I guess not. If we could
No,
be short.
if you have a Sea Cadet related, branding that you can wear, whether it be shirts, hats, whatever, please feel free. You are going to be wearing a yellow vest
Mhm.
out on course, again, safety wise, and you'll all be carrying radios. So that's
Roman, I'm going to wear my type 3s just because I'll have the sleeves down and it'll be good protection. The hat might, extra sunscreen on my sides of my face and my ears and stuff like that, and on my neck, just keep reapplying it. I was planning on wearing mine just
Yeah.
because it would be good sun protection.
whatever you all decide. Plus, I have sun hats for sale for $20.
Only if it says Navy on it.
Well, hey, you give me a pin. I'm going to pin them all up right now. All right, everybody. If you have other questions, please shoot me an email. But I appreciate you being here. And like I said, I've recorded this, so I'll send it to you, Kevin, to be able to
Yes.
share out. And I'll get that rendered. It takes a while to save these videos and get them uploaded to a YouTube link. And I'll be able to share it out for you.
Yeah, send that stuff to me and then I'll send it out to everybody tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Oh, Roman, go ahead.
Quick question. I know Fontana Speedway, every now and then, they change how you get in there. What's the recommended route to get in?
Cherry Avenue off the 10 freeway.
Okay.
And you just come into the main gate. You can't miss it. It's the checkered crosswalk, Cherry, at 9400. And you'll have to sign in at the front gate. And then when you arrive at the event, you'll have to sign a liability waiver, the usual event fare, and you're there, right? Just remember, we are directly west of the go-kart track. You
Right.
can't miss it, right? So that way you'll find your way to us, and you will not head on into the infield of the track.
And Ian, did you have a question?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
All right, everybody. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Yeah, you're welcome to be there, like I said, at that 8:15 hour. I think.
Well, we're going to shoot for being there at 08.
Okay, that's fine. And this be a first time out, and it'd be a good orientation to get situated. So
Okay.
sounds good.
All right, very good. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
All
I'll
right.
see you Sunday.
Take
And we'll
care.
have the rest of the crew there on Sunday, Craig.
Thank you, Princess Beth. Thank you. Bye.
All
Have a
right,
good-
bye. Thank
Bye.
you.